Look, I get that productivity is not the be all and end all, and the whole idea of toxic productivity is a whole other subject. But at the end of the day, we all still want to just get some stuff done, right? So I'm going to run down the 4 things that I do every single day that help me get more done without optimizing every single second of my time. If you're new, I'm Chris. I help fellow ultra-normal brains focus, grow, and get stuff done. So I have ADHD, so getting stuff done is a challenge. If you couple that with the intense desire to be successful, something I should probably speak to my therapist about more, that kind of leads to 2 sides of me butting heads. But I have 4 habits that I do every day that help me get things done without losing my mind. So first up, brown noise. So this is a weird one, and by no means is it the weirdest thing on this list, but listening to brown noise has helped me focus in so many ways, and it's the simplest hack to set up. So in our brains, we have working memory, and that's kind of like the RAM of the brain. It's where we hold information that we need to use at that specific moment in time. It's said that neurotypical brains can hold 4 pieces of information at one time in their working memory, whereas ADHD brains can only hold 2. And with working memory, the more external stimuli that is around, the more our brains need to try to sort of figure out whether the information is needed or not. And that increases cognitive load. So where does brown noise come into this? Well, listening to brown noise or white noise or colored noise at a low level on headphones helps to block out some of the external noise, the external stimuli. And that helps to keep more slots of the working memory free so you can focus on what you need to focus on. And listening to brown noise is more effective than, say, listening to music because it's not adding any more information into your brain to be distracted by, like singing along to song lyrics, for example. And brown noise can also help with sleep too, for the exact same reasons. It blocks out all of the external stimuli. This is one game changer that it took me a while to finally test for myself, but it helps me focus for longer and stops me being pulled away by external distractions. So brown noise is helpful with the external, but then there's also internal distractions that tank productivity. For a long time, I used to find myself going down research rabbit holes on YouTube for hours on end, or scrolling mindlessly on Twitter, now called X for some reason. But I solved that with the next tip, which is naming my urges. So this isn't something that I've heard any productivity YouTubers talk about, but this alone saves me hours of time every single day. So here's how it works. Every single one of us has like repeating triggers, things that distract us from what we're supposed to be doing, what we're supposed to be focusing on, right? So let's say, for example, TikTok is the thing that sucks hours from your day, or getting caught up watching YouTube videos. That's not a problem, don't worry about it. When you have a common unproductive urge, name it. So for me, it's picking up my phone and mindlessly scrolling. When you name that urge and say it out loud, it actually diminishes the urge itself. It makes it smaller. And when you acknowledge the urge and you accept it, then you give yourself a choice of whether to do it or simply ride that urge out. And each time you do this, it makes it easier and easier to choose to not do the unproductive thing. Once I started doing this, it literally saved me hours and hours of wasted time. There was actually a study in 2009 on smokers who wanted to quit smoking. And they were split into 2 groups, one who practiced externalizing the urge to smoke, and the other group didn't. And the results found that both groups had the same amount of urges to smoke, but the group who externalized the urge and acknowledged it smoked significantly fewer cigarettes than the group who simply did nothing. So naming your unproductive urges helps you increase your focus on the task and be more productive. So the next tip is super random and super specific, but someone recommended it to me and it stealthily saves me so much time and energy when I need it. So to be completely honest with you, I actually had to stop myself from making like a 4-hour long tip video with all the tools that I use. So I'll put more in future videos. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you do want to see more. Or if you want even more tips, then sign up to my free focus bootcamp, which is linked in the description below. So hear me out on this one. The next tip is making breakfast during dinner. The reason why this helps is, in the mornings, for me, I would always choose the quickest and usually the unhealthiest option, something sugary like cereal for breakfast. You know, because mornings are a struggle, you got low energy and all that sort of stuff. But for me, this set the day off on the wrong foot and it impacted my energy by the end of it. Because, you know, I kind of had a choice of spending time making a healthy breakfast in the morning and having a good day, or going for the quick and easy sugary option and having it impact my day long term. So I started making a healthier breakfast while I made dinner. By dinner time, you're already in the middle of a task, right? With pots and pans and all that. So now I take 1 minute to make myself some overnight oats with like fruit and protein and all supplements and all that good stuff. And then I just put it in the fridge. So by the time morning comes, A, breakfast is already made, so it saves some time. B, it's not going to be a breakfast that's going to cause me to have a sugar crash within a couple of hours. And C, it can be varied up by changing ingredients. So that one's a super random one, but it's actually one of my favorites. And while I'm eating that breakfast, the one habit that helps me optimize my day the most is spending a minute to sit down with my calendar and check over my time blocking for the day. Simply checking over the tasks that are needed to be done and how they fit into the day's schedule. It saves me literally hours of wasted time trying to figure out what I'm doing on an hour-by-hour basis. I previously made a video on how to effectively time block, so I'll leave you with that. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you in the next one.